Hey guys, welcome back to The Bright Side. Macy here, the Bright Side Girl. Today we're doing my spring book detox slash unhaul. So, I promised at the end of December or beginning of January when I did my big major unhaul that I was going to get rid of one book for every 3 TBR books I added. So for every 3 books I add to my TBR shelf, I get rid of one that is already on my TBR shelf. So I have a combination. I have TBR books and books that I've read that I'm going to be unhauling, and I will explain why in just a moment. If you guys aren't familiar with that video that I mentioned it in, I will put it down below. I did a huge book detox, which is what I call unhauls, and I got rid of, I think, close to 70 books, something like that. So it's just time for a little bit of a refresher because I've collected some more books over the past few months. First up, we're going to talk about the books that I have read. I am unhauling, so this is not going to technically count for my unhauling of TBR books, but I wanted to put it in here as well so I wouldn't have too many unhaul videos. So first up is Anna Dressed in Blood by Kendar Blake. I absolutely love the Three Dark Crown series. It's one of my all-time favorite series. I'm completely obsessed with it. Can't wait for the new book. So I picked up Anna Dressed in Blood, which is a paranormal sort of romance about a teenage girl ghost who haunts a certain house, and a teenage boy ghost hunter who has a ghost hunter thing with his mom, so it kind of has supernatural vibes. I am not a ghost story person. I learned this fall or Halloween, or at least not yet. I think that this was fine and it was fun, and if you like ghost stories and horror stories, you probably will like this. I thought the writing style was dramatically different from Three Dark Crowns, which is good because you want the different style of story to have like slightly different writing style, but I didn't like it as much, and it wasn't overly gory, but it was more gory than I was expecting, and it was just too creepy for me, and the romance was weird, and I just wasn't really into it. So, because I also DNF'd Girl of Nightmares, sadly, so unhauling. Next up, I'm actually trading my entire Delirium trilogy for some other books, which you will see in a future YA trading video. If you're not familiar with those, I'll put a link down in the description. I do a lot of YA trades and things with books, with groups on Facebook and stuff like that. But first of all, I'm not a big fan of these covers, and as horrible as it is, that determines a lot of what goes on my shelf. Also, the end of this series was just a big letdown for me. I did enjoy the journey, really liked book 1 and 2. I really like Sarah Drew, who narrates a lot of Lauren Oliver's books. I like Lauren Oliver's writing style, but the ending was very abrupt and not very satisfying. Didn't like it as much as I liked some other dystopian series, so I am trading this guy. I forgot to grab it, but I'm also unhauling The Sisterhood Everlasting by Amber Shares. This is book 5, Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants series. Technically, this is set 10 or 15 years in the future, and this is an adult book, where the other one is a young adult contemporary with a little bit of magic in there about friendship and love and growing up. This is basically following along with our characters and picking up in the future. I was really upset by something that happened in here. I was not a big fan of the way the book decided to go, even though it was still beautifully written and there are a lot of people who are going to love this book. It kind of redeemed itself for me a little bit, but it's just one of those things where it doesn't match the other books in the series. I definitely am never going to reread this again, and it kind of almost made me not like the series as a whole, unfortunately, even though I wound up liking it. It's just, I don't know. There were too many things, so unhauling this one. Now for the books I'm getting rid of on my TBR shelf. So in January I hauled 9 TBR books, and in February I hauled 39 TBR books. So technically I need rid of around 14 or 15 TBR books. Some I already have. So I am getting rid of books 4, 5, 6, and 7 in Garth Nick's The Keys to the Kingdom series. I had 4 books in this. I traded 2 other books. Again, you'll see that in a future YA trade and swap video. I have heard amazing things about Garth Nick, so I just started collecting all his books, but I haven't read anything by him, and I have so many fantasy series, and I believe this is a middle grade one, and it's much lower on my priority, and I see them all the time, so if I change my mind, I can pick these up again, but I'm gonna donate these and say goodbye for now. Then I don't have them anymore because I did, again, trade them, which I'll talk about in a future video, but I unhauled Onyx and Ivory and Ivory and Bone, which are both fantasy series. One is kind of set more in prehistorical era. I do want to read both of those books. I think they both came out in 2018, but there was a girl that wanted to trade with me and she had things that I wanted more than those books. So I went ahead and traded her for those. I also traded her The Trader's Game by Jennifer A. Nielsen. Again, something I want to read, but lower on my priority than the things I traded her for. So I'll talk more about that in that trade and swap video. So far that is 7 books that I have traded. Also, speaking of trading, I traded 3 books from the Wicked Lovely series. I held on to Wicked Lovely because I read that, but I got rid of Darkest Mercy, Ink Exchange, and Radiant Shadows, and I still have Fragile Eternity. I traded those with the girl from that group, again, for other things that I wanted more. Again, you'll see that in a trading video. So far that is 10 books off my TBR shelf. Hey guys, Macy here, just gonna pop in really quickly and let you know that again, I lost the last part of this video and I'm really mad about it because this has happened twice now and I'm not really sure what's happening. Probably me just being careless. But as I'm sure you could see from the thumbnail, I wound up unhauling Red Rising and Golden Sun because I had them in paperback and I knew I was going to listen to them on audiobook, and I only prefer to keep hardbacks. So if I was going to listen to them on audiobook and love them, then I am going to pick them up in hardback eventually. So I want trading or selling those or something like that. So don't panic. That's why I unhauled them. But I also wanted to pop in here and let's have a little chat because I have a giant book haul video coming soon to you in your near future because I just wound up going to a bunch of stores that I hadn't been to in a long time. Again, still finding things for like a quarter, $1, $2. I got a couple things for more, but not very many. Doing a lot of trades with girls and everything, and I just think I'm gonna start steering into the curve. So I wanted to come up here and ask you guys a question. Because I'm doing a lot of trading of books, I don't always have the physical book to show you for these seasonal unhauls like I planned on. Like I just have a list right now of books that I have unhauled via trading usually. So I don't know if you want me to talk about those books because you can't see them and it's really just too much work for me to put the pictures up for books that I'm unhauling, or if you only want me to talk about the books that I'm physically unhauling at that time, or if we should just not do any more seasonal unhauls and just wait until the end of the year when I'm actually going through my books and picking out things to unhaul. I'm not really sure what to do at this point because I feel like the videos are going to be lame because I've already unhauled 10 books for my summer detox video that's not going to come out for like 3 months. That will count towards my 1 out of every 3 because I'm unhauling 1 book for every 3 that I bring in. But I don't really want to just sit here and talk about books and not hold them up and not have the pictures. So, and also some of them I had just hauled, but people wanted them more than I did and I traded them for other things. It's a whole convoluted mess. So give me some opinions, help me out here. I think that I'm only gonna show you the books that I'm unhauling and just say I unhauled 10 books already and these are the physical ones. And hopefully I still have some physical ones to unhaul. I don't really know what to do. So let me know if you guys have ideas on this. I do like doing the unhaul videos. I like doing the giant ones. I'm still gonna do a giant one at the end of the year. But I don't wanna just sit here and talk about books that I don't have to show you, if that makes sense. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time on the bright side. Bye.